Okay guys, what's going on? Rika Sommer. Thank you so much for watching this video where I will talk about the red flags dating a narcissist. And if you like this kind of video, please give it some likes if you think that I'm giving you a lot of valuable information. Subscribe if you're not subscribed and smash that bell notification so that I can notify you whenever I upload new videos here on YouTube. Okay, so today I decided to combine two of the best performing videos and talk a little bit about red flags dating a narcissist. So what is it? Well, NPD, or narcissistic personality disorder, is hard to spot. Even for trained professionals, it is hard to single them out. So I've done my best here to cover the red flags in this video. And for those who aren't experts like you and me, it's almost impossible to know who's a narcissist and who's not. Now there is a saying, oh, that person is a narcissist, but that's not sufficient enough. Base it on somebody who's boasting or who's very much self-centered, but that could simply be a person who's just egoistic. Now, the only reason why I decided to do this video and write the article is to help you understand the red flags you need to be on the lookout for when you are dating. Now, I just want to make one thing perfectly clear and stress this thing, that I'm not a trained professional about NPD. I'm just a relationship coach who wants to help singles just like you navigate as safe as possible in the dating jungle. And I also think that it's very important that everybody gets this information, and that's why I decided to do this video and upload it to YouTube so it's free for everyone to look at. So what are the red flags dating a narcissist that you must be aware of to avoid as much as humanly possible to be in a relationship with him or her? Below, I cover the red flags dating a narcissist. So I will do that right now. I was reading from my article here. Just want to stress this out. And there's also a great section called Read More, where you will find other links if you just look at my video, and you will find that in the description below. I will leave a link there. So without further ado, let's talk about how to spot the red flags dating a narcissist now. Even if it's hard to spot the red flags dating a narcissist, as I have told you, it is not impossible. In the first article that I ever wrote about this topic, I shared 7 telltale signs that you're dating a narcissist and that you may find very useful. Now, if you want more about it, you will find it in my article, and I also list a few other things that I hope are useful to you. What makes it even trickier for ordinary people like you and me to spot the red flags of dating a narcissist is that the red flags can be mistaken as a genuine concern for your well-being, for instance. So it is very hard to understand whether this person just cares a lot about you or if this person is a narcissist. In this section, I will share a little bit about the first date red flags to be looking for, as well as the early red flags that you need to know as well. Now, after that, I will talk a little bit about the red flags you need to be looking for in a person you're dating, and that will be completely different depending on whether you're dating a man or a woman. But as you will also understand, there are a lot of common things, and those are the things that I will talk about right now. Because as I told you previously in this video, I have shared 7 signs in another article, But now I want to talk a little bit about the early red flags that you can spot in narcissists. The person is quite charming. If he or she is an adorable person, it does not necessarily have to be a narcissist you're dealing with here, of course. If it's the first date, then it might just be that the person makes a real effort to show you the best side of him or her. So as you can see here, just from talking about the first thing, it is tricky. So it's almost impossible. But another red flag that you should be looking for is if he or she wants to be intimate quickly. You see, people who suffer from NPD tend to scale things up and move things forward fast and take things to the next level. They want to be intimate with you physically, and they also want to become engaged and married to you ASAP. If he or she bashes on the ex is another red flag. And let me be quite honest here, breaking up is hurtful and it leaves scars in your soul and it leaves you in a complete mess. However, a narcissist makes up a story, a so-called sob story, where he or she is entirely innocent to anything that happened to them and put all the blame of the failed relationship on the exes. So that can be another thing. And of course, if it is tricky, so if you have ever gone through a breakup, it's tough, but bashing on the ex is a bit natural, but just be on the lookout for whether the person confesses that, yes, I did something that I shouldn't have been doing either. And I will talk a little bit more about it later on, where it becomes really hurtful. He or she contradicts themselves and becomes angry when you are exposing them. You see, the stories your date will tell you will often be contradictory, and if you point it out to the narcissist, he or she will become angry at you when you expose their lies. He or she wants you to be perfect and criticize you when you fail to live up to his or her standards. You also need to be aware of the fact that a narcissist demands you to be perfect. However, it is perfectly fine for him or her to not live up to their standards, and they also try to push your borders and move you out of your comfort zone and, do things that you shouldn't have been doing or that you don't feel quite comfortable with. My best advice to you is that if you start to notice contradictory behavior in the person you're dating, look out, because he or she might be a narcissist, but I will stress it out that it might be. It's not 100% secure. A person who always criticizes you is not someone who deserves you. I personally think that everyone deserves to be in a relationship that lifts you up and brings the best out of you, and not in a relationship that wears you down. And if you don't leave, then things might be starting to go well. And here are some other red flags that might help you spot a narcissist on a first date. He or she says, I love you, quickly. The main reason for this is that they want to get you inside of their bedroom on the first date, especially if you say that you don't wish to be intimate so quickly. Then they see it as a challenge and want to get you there, because as I told you before, they want you to move out of your comfort zone while they are allowed to stay in their own comfort zone. And that's not okay. It's never okay to be in a relationship like that. He or she wants every second of your time. If you can't do it, he will become extremely moody, or she will become extremely moody. But if you can do it, he or she will tell you how much that person wants to spend every second with you that he or she possibly can. He or she is extremely critical of other people. It doesn't matter whether it is his or her boss, a co-worker, an ex, or one of or several of your friends or you. They always seems to make matters worse, no matter what they do, and never seem to do anything right, according to the narcissist at least. If a person runs the blame game, as I like to call it, and blames everything on someone else, it might be a sign that the person you're dating is a narcissist, or it can be a very immature person who don't take responsibility for their own actions. His or her parents are either the worst or the best. The same goes for the parents. If he or she badmouths his mother or her father sometimes, while other times they are as close to perfection as humanly possible and can do no wrong whatever they do, this might be a red flag that you are dating a narcissist. He or she claims to be the most truthful person in the whole world. Another trait is that they never are as honest. They are the most honest person. The narcissist, that is, according to the narcissist, of course. They are so perfect, They can do no wrong. And that's kind of what they contradict themselves when they say those things, of course. Of course, everybody is a human being and everybody screws up from time to time. I've edited this video so you don't have to watch my screw-ups, but I willingly confess it. Now I hope you understand a few red flags you need to be aware of that are quite revealing. My best advice to you is to leave a person as quickly as possible. That's the best thing you can do. It might hurt you in the short run, but it will reward you in the long run. Now, I've shared 10 red flags dating a narcissist before. Now, if you want to summarize it in one short sentence, the best thing you can do is to look for inconsistencies in the story, and if they show temper when they are caught with a lie, these may be signs that you're dating a narcissist, or even worse, that you're in a relationship with one. Now, as I told you in the beginning, the 10 red flags dating a narcissist that I have covered so far is by no means a complete checklist. So now I will talk a little bit about the differences between narcissist men and narcissistic women. What kind of red flags should you be on the lookout for when dating a narcissistic man? Well, besides the ones I've already shared with you, here are a few more. He wants you to be perfect. He will always demand that you behave how he wants you to act, because if you don't, he will threaten to end the relationship with you. He belittles other people and loves doing it, shows no regrets. He hates it when you do not spend time with him. He might even want you to get a job closer to home or quit your job entirely. He does it to be able to control you. He might call your friends and parents names that are deteriorating and tell you that your friends are not suitable for you because they are just lying persons. Nobody is as honest as him, as I talked about before. He will demand that you end all relationships except the ones he approves of, which is his side of the family and his friends, of course. He will demand that you forgive him and claim that he always will be faithful to you, while he will lie, cheat, and blame everything on you, of course, because he can do no wrong, as you know. He will never make any excuses or acknowledge that he has done anything wrong. It is always someone else who he will blame for his actions, and everyone else should forgive him for that. Now, if this sounds like somebody you know, be afraid. Be very afraid. So, how about if you're dating a narcissistic woman? Can there be any differences? Yes, there are some subtle differences, and I will talk about them right now. But before I do, if you like this content, give it some like, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and smash that bell notification. And no, normally I don't just talk about things like narcissism on this channel. I normally talk about the best dating tips for men and for women, and I also share some insights on what you can do to get the perfect relationship, and I do some reviews on products from time to time as well. But I only review products that I truly believe can help you, and that's the main reason why I seldom do reviews of unknown persons, but I only do it on persons who are known in the dating industry already, because I know that they know what they're talking about and they can really help you. And that's why I often do reviews, things like Kate Spring, Mike Fiore, Carlos Cavallo, those people, who are big in the industry. I try to do that as much as possible, but I want to give you as much value as possible too for free. So, if you want to read all about it, you can click the link in the description below. And if you want some more valuable information, just watch this video, because now I will speak about the narcissistic women. Now, just like with male narcissists, she wants you to be perfect. She will always demand that you behave how she wants you to act, because if you don't, she will end the relationship with you and put all the blame on you, of course, because she can do no wrong. She belittles other people and loves doing it. She hates it when you do not spend time with her. She might even want you to get a job closer to home, just to be able to spend more time with you, because the thing you have is so special to her, and something she never experienced before. She does it to be able to control you. She might call your friends and parents names that are deteriorating, and tell you that your friends are not suitable for you, and that you should break any contact you have with them, because they are a bad influence on you. She will demand that you end all relationships except the ones she approves of, which is with her side of the family and friends, which I told you a little bit before about. She will demand that you forgive her and that she always will be faithful to you, while she will lie, cheat, and blame everything on you. And here's a little special thing I want you to notice about female narcissists. She might even accuse you of cheating on her and trying to destroy the special bond that the two of you share, and that she never experienced with anyone else before. And if she has cheated on you, she will of course say that you have cheated on her first and forced her to do it. So you see the pattern here. She always puts the blame on you. She can do no wrong, right? Well, of course she can, but she won't acknowledge it. She will never make any excuses either, or acknowledge that she has done anything wrong, as I told you. It's always someone else who she will blame for her actions, and everyone else should forgive her, because she's that perfect, So, as you see, there were slight differences between male and female narcissists. I really hope that this video has helped you, and if it did, please give it some likes. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, and smash that bell notification so that I can notify you whenever I upload new videos here on YouTube. This is Ricard, signing off. Thank you so much.